Okay, in this question we have a vector equal to b vector plus c vector. We also have the magnitudes of these three vectors. Magnitude of a vector is 5, magnitude of b vector is 4, and magnitude of c vector is 3. Now we have to find the angle between a vector and c vector. So we'll bring these two vectors in one side. A vector minus c vector equal to b vector. Now we know the magnitude. So to find, we know that mod b vector square equal to b vector dot b vector. So we have to find this dot vector. So if I make dot product with b vector in both sides, b vector dot b vector, then in this side we will get mod b vector square and we can put that value, and in this side we can write b vector equal to a vector minus c vector, so we can put that here, and in this side we will get mod b vector square. Okay, now you know the distributive law. So a vector dot a vector minus c vector dot a vector minus a vector dot c vector and plus c vector dot c vector equal to mod b vector we know equal to 4, so that will be 4 square. Now a vector dot a vector is mod a vector square minus, we know that dot product follows commutative law, so c vector dot a vector is same as a vector dot c vector. So now we can write it here, 2 into a vector dot c vector plus mod c vector square equal to 4 square. Now mod a vector is 5, so this will be 5 square minus 2 a vector dot c vector plus mod c vector is 3, so this will be 3 square equal to 4 square. And place that. So if I bring 2 a vector dot c vector in right side, it will be 5 square means 25 plus 3 square means 9 minus 4 square is 16 equal to 2 into a vector dot c vector. So this will be 18 equal to 2 into a vector dot c vector. Okay, so this will be 9 equal to a vector dot c vector. Now from the definition of dot product, we know a vector dot c vector means mod a vector into mod c vector into cos theta, where theta is the angle between these two vectors. So 9 equal to mod a vector is 5, mod c vector is 3 into cos theta. So this 3. Okay, now it will be cos theta equal to 3 by 5, so theta will be cos inverse 3 by 5. So A is your correct answer. Okay, this question is saying two forces P and Q have a resultant that is perpendicular to P. Suppose there is a force, it is P vector and its magnitude is P, and there is a Q vector that is another force, but we don't know the direction of that force. Okay, but we know that the resultant R vector, that is P vector plus Q vector, this vector is perpendicular to P, that is given here. Suppose this is R vector. So we know the law of triangles in vector addition. So from that we know that if this is p vector and this is p vector plus q vector, then this vector must be, because if this is p vector, if this is q vector, then we know this is p vector plus q vector. So p vector is given, p vector plus q vector is given, so this must be q vector. Okay, so now we have to find the angle between p vector and q vector. So this is not the angle between p vector and q vector. This is the common mistake students make. So the angle between two forces is the angle between their direction. So this is the direction of p vector, this is direction of q vector. So the angle between these two forces is this theta. We have to find this theta. So this is a right angled triangle. So q vector, magnitude of q vector into cos, if this is theta, this is 180 degree minus theta. So cos 180 degree minus theta must be equal to magnitude of p vector. So magnitude of q vector is given as q and magnitude of p vector is given as p. So magnitude of q vector is given as q. So this is q, cos of 180 degree minus theta means minus cos theta equal to p, implies that cos theta is minus p by q. That means theta is cos inverse minus p by q. So option D is your correct answer. Okay, this question is saying the distance traveled by the car. If a car travels 4 km towards north at an angle of 45 degree to the east. So this direction is east, this is north, this is west, and this is south. So first with east it is making 45 degree towards north. So this is the angle where it is making 45 degree with east, and it is going 4 km. Then from this point it travels 2 km towards north at an angle of 135 degree to the east. So this is the direction of east, and with it is making 135 degrees, so that is 90 plus 45. Okay, and it is going only 2 km along this direction. So this is your final destination and this is your initial point. So it is asking what distance traveled. Many students make a common mistake, that is they find displacement vector and find this distance. But here it is not asking displacement, rather than it is asking to find distance. So you just need to add these two distance, that is 4 km plus 2 km is equal to 6 km. So option A is your correct answer. So the student who is well aware about this trick, who will notice this word distance first, he will not need to read this north, this angles. He will just see first traveled 4 km, then traveled 2 km. So the total distance traveled is 4 km plus 2 km is 6 km. So he will answer the question by 5 seconds. Okay, in this question a vector and b vector is given. We have to find the component of a vector along b vector. So suppose this is our A vector and this is our B vector. Now we have to find the component of A vector along B vector, that is this. So if the angle between A vector and B vector is theta, we know this will be A cos theta. A is magnitude of A vector. Okay. Okay, write it little bigger. Okay, it will be magnitude of A vector into cos theta, the component. So you have to find this magnitude of A vector into cos theta. What will be that? Okay, we know that A vector dot B vector is magnitude of A vector into magnitude of B vector into cos theta. Here theta is the angle between these two vectors. Okay, so we have to find magnitude of A vector into cos theta. So that will be A vector dot B vector by magnitude of B vector. Theta is unknown to us, so this A vector and B vector is known to us, and we can find magnitude of B vector from this. So this is what we know. We know A vector and B vector, and we can find magnitude of B vector. We have to find this. So that will be A vector dot B vector will be what? A vector dot B vector, that will be 2 I cap plus 3 j cap dot I cap plus j cap, that is B vector. So have to make dot product of these two vector. I cap dot I cap we know 1, so that will be 2 into 1 is 2, and j cap dot I cap is 0, so 2 plus 0. I cap dot j cap is 0, and j cap dot j cap is 1, so 3 into 1, that will be 3, so 2 plus 3, that will be 5. So A vector dot B vector is 5. And what is magnitude of B vector? Okay, magnitude of B, we know magnitude of B vector square is B vector dot B vector. Okay, how you find this? Okay, if you find B vector dot B vector, what will be it? Magnitude of B, suppose you put here in place of A you put B vector, then it will be magnitude of B vector into magnitude of B vector, and cos theta. Theta will be the angle between with B vector with itself, B vector and B vector, so that is 0. So cos 0 is 1, so that's the reason why B vector dot B vector is mod B vector square. B vector dot B vector cos 0. B vector is making 0 angle with itself, so it will be mod B vector square. So we know B vector, so that is I cap plus j cap dot I cap plus j cap. So it will be I cap dot I cap is 1, I cap dot j is 0, j dot I is 0, j dot j is 1, 1 plus 1, that is 2. So mod B vector square is 2, that means mod B vector is root 2. So put these values here. So A vector cos theta, this will be A vector dot B vector is 5 by mod B vector is root 2, so it will be 5 by root 2. So option C is your correct answer. Okay, in this question it is saying that A vector is along the positive z axis. That means suppose this is x axis, this is y axis, and it is z axis in 3D. So A vector is along positive z axis. Here magnitude of A vector is not given. Magnitude of A vector is not given, but the direction is towards z axis, that means k cap. Unit vector towards z axis is k cap. unit vectors towards, sorry, this should be x, this should be y. I cap, j cap and k cap is clockwise, sorry, anti-clockwise. Okay, so this unit vector along x-axis is I cap, unit vector along y-axis is j cap, and unit vector along z-axis is k cap. So a vector is magnitude of a k cap. Okay, now it is saying its vector product with another vector b. Vector product means a vector cross b vector. Cross product is, another name of cross product is vector product. So a vector cross b vector, and it is saying the vector product another b vector is 0. A vector cross b vector is 0. You have to find the b vector. Okay, so we know from the definition of a vector cross b vector, that is magnitude of a into magnitude of b vector sine theta, where theta is the angle between a vector and b vector, is 0. And we know that if this is the condition given, so to be 0, this theta must be 0 or 180 degree. So from this we can say a vector and b vector must be parallel. So if a vector is towards k cap, then b vector also, to hold this condition, b vector should be either positive, along either positive z axis or along negative z axis. So that means I can say b vector is also mod b vector k cap, and it can be plus or minus. It can be towards negative z axis or it can be towards positive z axis, but it must be parallel to k cap. Okay, so the options are given I cap plus j cap, and if the vector b vector is parallel to k cap, then it have no components towards I cap or j cap. So option A is wrong, option B is also wrong, option C is also wrong because there is a j cap included, and option D is only parallel to k cap, that is minus 7 k cap. So this is towards negative z axis, but this has no components along I cap or j cap. Okay, this question is asking what is the angle between two vectors. First vector is I cap plus j cap plus k cap, and second vector is j cap. So we know how to find the angle between two vectors. Suppose here a vector is I cap plus j cap plus k cap, and b vector is just unit vector along y axis, that is j cap. Okay, so you have to find the angle between these two vectors. We know how to find angle between two vectors using dot product. A vector dot b vector is magnitude of a vector into magnitude of b vector into cos theta, where theta is the angle between a vector and b vector. Okay, so a vector dot b vector, we can do this. A vector dot b vector, we know I cap plus j cap plus k cap dot j cap. So I cap dot j cap is 0, only j cap dot j cap is 1, and k cap dot j cap is also 0. So this will be 1. Magnitude of a vector, magnitude of a vector will be root over x square plus ay square plus az square plus az square. Here ax, ay, az all are 1. So 1 square plus 1 square plus 1 square, that is root 3. And magnitude of b vector is just unit vector, so magnitude of b vector is 1. So this is root 3 into 1 into cos theta. So cos theta will be 1 by root 3. The options given are a is 0 degree, b is 30 degree, c is 60 degree, and d is none of this. So here theta is cos inverse 1 by root 3, and cos 0 degree is 1, cos 30 degree means root 3 by 2, cos 60 degree is half. So the answer is none of this. Okay, this question is asking what is the area of the triangle formed by sides a vector and b vector. Let's say this is a vector and this is b vector. So remember, if you are asked that find the area of parallelogram formed by a vector and b vector, suppose this is a parallelogram, this is parallel of a vector and this is parallel of b vector. If you are asked find the area of parallelogram by a vector and b vector, then the formula is magnitude of a vector cross b vector, that is area of parallelogram. Area of parallelogram formed by a vector and b vector. And if you are asked that find the area of triangle formed by a vector and b vector, if this is b vector, we know this is also b vector, direction and magnitudes are same, so the triangle formed by a vector and b vector is this triangle. So this is half of parallelogram, so area of triangle formed by a vector and b vector is half of magnitude of a vector cross b vector. So now we have to find a vector cross b vector. We know a vector is a vector and b vector, so a vector cross b vector is I cap, j cap, k cap, ax, ay, az, bx, by, bz. This is called determinant. You will learn it in mathematics, but let me do it here for you. We have to find half of a vector cross b vector, area of triangle. Okay, so this is I cap, j cap, k cap, x is 2, ay is minus 3, az is 4, bx is 1. There is no component of j cap, so this is 0 by, and k and component of bz is minus 1. You have to take these numbers with sign, remember this. So now I cap into, okay, it will be this, like this cross, So first you have to multiply minus 3 and minus 1, then it will be plus 3, and then minus this multiplication 0 and 4, so that will be 0. Now see, when you are doing determinant, then first term it will be plus, then second term this will, you have to take it minus, and third term plus. So first plus I cap, then this minus 3 into minus 1, then minus this 0 into 4, that is 0. Then so this first work is done here. Now the second one, that is minus j cap. This minus is because of this, and now minus j cap, you have to omit this line. So now you have to multiply first this and this. So 2 into minus 1, this is minus 2, minus, then this 1 into 4, so that will be 4, and then this work is also done. Now plus k cap, and now you have to omit this line and this line, so here it will be like this. So 2 into 0, that is 0, minus 1 into minus 3, that will be plus 3. So it will be 3 I cap minus 6 plus 6 j cap plus 3 k cap. So A vector cross B vector is this. So magnitude of A vector cross B vector will be root over 3 square plus 6 square plus 3 square, and that is 36 plus 9, 18, that is root 54. That means 3 root 6. Okay, so this will be 1 by 2 into 3 root 6. So that is 3 by 2 into root 6. Now options are root 13.5 unit, option B is 13.5 unit, option C is root 38.7 unit, and option D is 38.7 unit. So 3 by 2 means 1.5, and root 6 will be less than 3. So okay, so suppose let's put it again, this all terms inside root. So this will be root 54, and this 2 inside it will be 4. So this will be approximately root 13.5. So the option A is correct here. Okay, here it is saying that two forces acting at a point. Suppose here two forces acting, and suppose this is P and this is Q. Now the sum of magnitude of this two vector is 16 Newton. It is given, and it is saying the resultant force is 8 Newton. So if you add these two vector in according to the law of vector addition, then you will get resultant vector, and magnitude of that resultant vector will be equal to 8 Newton. And it is also another information is given, that is this resultant r vector. Suppose p is small, p between p vector and q vector, p vector is smaller. So this will be the case, p vector plus q vector is r vector. Now we know magnitude of r vector, we know the sum of the magnitude of two vector. We have to find what is p vector and what is the magnitude of q vector. Okay, so if we can found mod p vector minus mod q vector, actually here we took that mod q vector is greater than mod p vector, so we have to found mod q vector minus mod p vector. We have to found this. If we can found this, then from these two we can found mod p vector and mod p q vector separately. Okay, now from this information, if suppose this angle is theta, then mod q cos theta is equal to mod p, and mod q sin theta is equal to mod r. So that means if you square these two and then add them, it will be mod q square cos square theta plus sin square theta equal to mod p square plus mod r vector square, and cos square theta plus sin square theta is 1, so that is mod q vector square minus mod p vector square equal to mod r vector square is 8, so this will be 8 square, that means 64. So now mod q square minus mod p square is 64. That means, so this will be equal to, mod q plus mod p into mod q minus mod p, that is equal to 64. So that means mod q plus mod p is 16. So that means mod q minus mod p is 64 by 16, that is 4. So mod q minus mod p is 4 Newton, and mod q plus mod p is 16 Newton. So from these two, mod q plus mod p is 16 Newton. From these two, if you add these two, you will get 2 into mod q is equal to 20. So from that, mod q is 10. If mod q is 10, then mod p will be 6. So 10 Newton and 6 Newton. So option A is the correct answer. Okay, this question is saying a vector equal to 2i cap plus 3j cap plus k cap. Here a vector is 2 I cap plus 3 j cap plus k cap, and b vector is 6 I cap plus 9 j cap plus 3 k cap. So which of the following statement is correct? Option A, both are equal vectors. Option B is saying these are parallel vectors. Option C is saying a vector and b vector are perpendicular to each other. Option D, none of these. So let us see carefully the pattern of b vector. You can take common. Suppose if you take 3 as common, it will be 3 into 2 I cap plus 3 j cap plus 1 k cap, that means k cap. So look, the thing in bracket is the same as a vector, so you can write it as 3a vector. So we are getting b vector equal to 3a vector. That means b vector is just 3 times, the magnitude of b vector is just 3 times of the magnitude of a vector, but direction of b vector and direction of a vector is same. That means they are parallel vectors. Okay, what this question is saying? Okay, this question is saying n cap, which is a I cap plus b j cap, this is an unit vector. Okay, unit vector means magnitude of this vector must be 1. So that means root over a square plus b square is equal to 1. That means a square plus b square is equal to 1. 1 square equal to 1. So, and again it is saying n cap is perpendicular to I cap plus j cap. Okay, and so n cap is, we know, a I cap. So what if n cap is perpendicular to this vector? We know that a vector dot b vector is mod a mod b cos theta. So when theta is 90 degree, cos theta is 0. So then a vector dot b vector becomes 0. So if this is perpendicular, this vector is perpendicular to this vector, then the dot product of these two vectors, I cap plus b j cap dot I cap plus j cap, this must be equal to 0, and this will be a I cap dot I cap. I cap dot I cap is 1, so this will be a. I cap dot j cap is 0. J cap dot I cap is also 1, is 0. J cap dot I cap is 0. When these two will be similar, then it will be 1. If the unit vectors are different, then it will be I cap is along x axis, j cap is along y axis. These are perpendicular to each other. So I cap dot j cap will be 0, or j cap dot I cap will be 0, and j cap dot j cap will be 1, I cap dot I cap will be 1. So this will be a plus j cap dot j cap is 1, so b into 1 b. A plus b is equal to 0. And again so we got a square plus b square equal to 1, and a plus b is equal to 0. So now we will see a plus b whole square. If a plus b is equal to 0, then that means a plus b whole square is also equal to 0. That means square plus b square plus 2ab equal to 0. So square plus b square is equal to 1. So 2ab will be minus 1. Now a minus b whole square, that will be a square plus b square minus 2ab. So a square plus b square is 1, 2ab is minus 1, so minus 12 2ab will be plus 1, so this will be equal to 2. So a minus b will be root 2. Now a plus b is equal to 0, a plus b is equal to 0, and a minus b is equal to root 2. If we add these two, then we will get root 2 equal to 2a. Now that means a will be equal to 1 by root 2. If a is 1 by root 2 and a plus b is equal to 0, that means b is equal to minus a. So b will be minus 1 by root 2. So option D is your correct answer.